Yeah.
He just has such an interesting play style, and a lot of players can struggle against it.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's again, it's very anti-meta.
Mm.
You know, he wants to play things that he feels will do well against what's meta, rather than playing what's meta.
Mm.
So you never know what he's gonna do. He's playing against MeomaikA is like gambling, except you don't really get money out of it unless you're in a finals.
Mm. Exactly.
But you can't lose money because you're not putting in money.
Oh boy.
Speaking of money, we are on Romanticide LE today for this game 1 of the series, and joining us in the top left-hand corner of the map, we have the pink Protoss player, hailing from Australia and playing with the clan Fight for Justice. He is, of course, StarDuck.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Romanticide LE, we have the Vietnamese Zerg player, the king of the Southeast Asia region, part of that Zerg Muta triangle. I don't know if you saw the meme on Twitter, by the way.
I did indeed. Thank you, Steelmold.
Exactly. He put so much work into it. It's great. Too much, really. Like that's a high-quality meme. But representing Intensity Esports, it is MeomaikA.
And now here we go for a good old ZvP. If you guys liked the Void Rays last game, well,
we'll see. Cause okay. So again, a lot of things have happened in that StarDuck, his PvZ is honestly pretty insane. He was able to go up against a couple of Latin American Zerg players and take them down. People like Jim Rising and the Zerg Lord, who are honestly like really high up there in the Latin American scene. But they were off of long late game play. Like that was like StarDuck going into like Sky Toss with Void Rays and Carriers and Tempest and High Templar, and he's like immaculate at that. But the problem is MeomaikA doesn't let him get there.
Yeah, MeomaikA is a player that'll play for the 5 minutes rather than the 20 minutes. Speaking of 5 minutes.
Oh yeah. We did have a pool force opening from MeomaikA. StarDuck did probe scout, so he was aware he did chrono out his zealot. He just has to be careful not to get surrounded.
Yep, if he can keep the Zealot here, able to poke at the Zerglings and pull them away from the building, he should be fine once the Adept gets up. And actually, oh, I thought he was gonna pull back, but now he's going back in. He doesn't want to lose a Ling. Oh, he's gotta be so careful here not to let them slip by us around. But I know StarDuck's micro very well. I'm very intimately familiar with his play, and he knows how to micro.
Did you play against StarDuck in MSO back in the day? Did that happen?
No, I've just cast him a lot.
Fair enough.
Probably the player I've cast the most. And on top of that, I have played matches against him back when I played the game.
Yeah.
I played a few practice games with him.
Fair. Yeah, StarDuck has been a part of the Cranky Ducklings community for many years. Of course, I always say this. We knew him back when he was Diamond. Diamond 2 back in the day. He's grown so much in such a short period of time. It's amazing. It's beautiful. And what's interesting about this game is that he didn't go for a Stargate opener. He went for a Robo in the face of MeomaikA.
Yeah, he saw the links coming. I was like, I could put that on Gateway, but I think I'm just gonna show my build.
Yeah, pretty much, and he's looking to meme it up a little bit because we do have a robotics bay on the way.
That is very fast. It is a 3-minute mark, sir. We are 3 minutes into the game. Why is that there?
Exactly. All right. Call it now. Is it going to be Disruptors or Colossus?
Disruptor drop. That's my call.
Okay. All right. Let's go. He's actually already going across the map. He's not even waiting for whatever's going to come out of the robo.
He's just going, dude. He's full sending. He's sending it, dude. Here he goes.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna go warp an Adepto too.
Yeah. I mean, oh my god, it's Colossus.
Oh, it's the Colossus drop.
StarDuck has been spending a little bit too much time with Nina, I think. But
yeah, playing in the ESL Open Cup America. Yeah, I imagine you spend a bit of time with Nina and you spend a bit of time learning how to do this.
Yeah, exactly. Fun fact, I was actually casting an ESL with StarDuck, sorry, a Battle of the Americas with StarDuck, and he actually revealed that he actually like is pretty familiar with Nina and they actually like play like off stream and stuff like that. Like they're pretty close.
That's pretty cool. I mean, explains why he's improving so fast. I mean, she's a really respectable player. Especially in the North American scene.
Oh yeah. And again, what's crazy is that like I can't imagine MeomaikA expecting this. Like, let's be real here. Like, he's...
No. Who put the Robo Bait down at 3 minutes 30?
Exactly. And the Colossus hasn't been revealed quite yet. MeomaikA hasn't gone in with his Overlord. And there we go. He's going from a Colossus into a Disruptor. And honestly, that's pretty huge because Disruptors are going to be key here when it comes to defending against Roach Bushes.
Exactly. The Disruptor's one of the best units to fight Roaches. Roaches are quite large. Fun fact.
Pretty thick.
So you can catch them pretty easily if you play your Disruptors well.
Yeah. They're slow, they're thick, they're clunky. Like it's really difficult to split with them, especially off of creep. So yeah, we'll see how StarDuck does here, especially because he is looking to try and harass with this Colossus.
Yeah, I mean I've lost entire games off of the back of just the Disruptor drop against Roaches, so. I expect this should go quite well here for StarDuck.
Yeah. I mean, he's keeping MeomaikA busy. You know, he's keeping him at home. He's getting an eye on what kind of army MeomaikA has.
Yeah, taking a bit of hull damage, though. Not getting down too much damage. Colossi, not great against Roaches, but hopefully he can get some damage onto the drone line. Yeah,
and he straight up is.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, Colossus, much better against, light units.
Definitely. It's just a really interesting build from StarDuck because, again, this isn't your typical Colossus drop because there was no Warp Prism speed. Like, that's typically something you invest in when you go for something like this.
Exactly. It just makes it much more effective because Colossi, they're quite large, they're quite slow. So having a fast Warp Prism is a lot nicer. It's because you can micro it around. But yeah, also interesting to note, Meo going for Burrow Roach, Tunneling Claws.
Oh my god. What? Okay.
He's going Tunneling Claws.
Yeah, honestly, I like it. It's going to give him the opportunity to be really aggressive across the map, but he has to try and defend here against the Disruptors.
First Disruptor. He's going to get one Queen. Not bad. MeomaikA immediately recognizing and pulling back. He does have a Ravager, so he can take out one shield. One bubble.
Yeah, one force field.
That's the word for it. I pay attention to
the bubble, yeah.
Yeah, I've been playing a lot of Overwatch, mostly Zarya.
There you go.
She has a bubble.
And what's scary is that there's plenty of energy for those bubbles, and there's only one Ravager to pop them, and that's not going to be enough. But the Disruptor, a bit of mismicro.
Oh, he actually mismicros it forward. That's really bad. Losing the Disruptor will make it a lot harder, but he does have the numbers here.
No section.
Oh, he's going in. He's on top of the Colossus. It goes down.
Wow, what a nice play by MeomaikA. He gets on top of the Colossus, gets on top of the Disruptor. No AoE damage whatsoever for StarDuck.
Yeah, he is still outnumbered and completely surrounded here, but if you need to, he can burrow and leave. He can burrow and run away. There's no detection. Here comes the Observer, though, finally.
Yeah.
But he's starting to thin him out. He's actually starting to take this fight.
Yeah, exactly. But now more Stalkers are being warped in, and Stalkers, like, they do decently well against pure Roach, and that's exactly, that's the only thing that MeomaikA has.
Yeah, he has no Ravagers. He has, like, 2 Lings. He has nothing to buffer here. He's making more Ravagers. He has a round of Roaches on the way, but and he's actually pulling boys here, so he might be able to hold here.
Yeah, well, he knows how desperately he needs those Ravagers to morph in, and now with the Ravagers, he could try and bile down the Warp Prism. Immediately, the Warp Prism does on Siege. Oh, but it is a little bit vulnerable. It's being biled.
Oh, he's throwing 1, 2, 3. Oh, he actually gets it. Okay, that's really good for him. He can clean this up, but losing his third base and 16 drones there is absolutely critical. His production is down. Oh, but the kiting for the Stalkers.
Yeah, the kiting
might actually be able to get away with this.
Yeah, it's pretty good. The problem is that he can't reinforce. On top of that, StarDuck, this was a 2-base all-in. Like, he was looking to end the game.
That was a full all-in. Like, he went full send on that one, and as a result, Meo barely cleaning that with like 3 Ravagers and a handful of Lings will be able to win the game.
Yeah, and honestly, that was so close, especially because if you recall, StarDuck, I think, only got 1 Disruptor shot off. Like, if he had kept that Disruptor alive for 1, 2 more shots, which I do believe he could have done, that could have been completely different because, again, MeomaikA was just barely holding on.
The Disruptor was the pièce de résistance in that. Pull out my French there. Yeah, no, that was like the key part of that all-in. Like, it's definitely very out of the box. Because usually you just go pure blink stock all-in, but he sprinkled in a little bit. He threw in a little bit of a Colossus drop. He threw in a splash of Disruptor. And if he got the Disruptors off, like, it's really, really good for him.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, losing it so early on, I only able to get out one shot.
Yeah, it is a bit of a shame, but like again, the build, like the idea was definitely there, and there was a lot of potential there. Just a couple of mistakes there by StarDuck. MeomaikA does take game number 1, just barely. And I love this. Seether is in the chat. He's like, "The hell is going on?"
Yeah, Seether knows about as much as as we do about what's going on.
Oh god. Meanwhile, everyone in the chat, exclamation mark Funada Seether. Mate, I don't see you in the
Where
back
are
yet.
you, sir? Sheldon, where are you?
Shaking my
Why
head.
didn't you play tonight?
Yeah.
You could have won money.
You know why?
You
You
won
know
dinner.
why? He's scared.
Why?
He's scared. That's
Yeah.
why.
Yeah.
Calling him out. Oh god.
Oh, they forgot game hurt. Oops.
Yeah. We are gonna be remaking that lobby.
I'm already gonna get. I left, please. StarCraft. See, as bad as Overwatch is, at least it has a functioning lobby system. It's still saying I'm in the lobby.
You may need to restart if you can't join.
Not available while in a lobby. I'm finally out of the lobby.
Okay. We're good.
We got there eventually.
Oh boy, we're here. We're good. We are ready. Getting ready to get into game number 2, and it's gonna be on Jagannatha.
That'll be interesting. We'll see how both players take it.
Oh boy. Again, I'm just really curious to see, like, StarDuck already coming out with a really unusual build, and that's the kind of stuff you need to take down someone like MeomaikA.
I mean, when you're fighting unusual, that's meant to fight the normal. You can't play normal.
True.
When it's stuff that's meant to catch players who are playing standard off guard, you can't be playing standard. Speaking of not playing standard, in the top right-hand corner of Jagannatha LE, we have the pink Protoss, hailing from Australia, of course. Playing for the clan Fight for Justice, it is StarDuck.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Jagannatha LE, we have the Vietnamese Zerg player. He's red. He's representing Intensity Esports. Already up 1-0 in this best of 3. It is MeomaikA.
Alrighty. I was worried I started speaking too early. Here we go. Game number 2.
Yeah, and once again, MeomaikA does open up with a pool first. It does feel like this is pretty standard for MeomaikA, at least in this matchup. He wants to make sure he doesn't, he's safe against proxies, cannon rushes, and he can be a little aggressive himself.
Yeah, exactly. You make a few lings very early on. You can use them to scout. You can use them to defend. You can use them to poke. It's altogether a pretty safe. For being a pool first, it's a surprisingly safe thing to do against Protoss.
Yeah, and I'm really concerned about MeomaikA. He's banking a lot here. Like, his natural has been delayed so heavily. Finally, just now going to get it. Maybe?
Sir?
Okay.
Okay, he was waiting. He wanted to trick StarDuck into thinking he had gone and made his base already. That's smart.
Yeah.
That's some like 5-hit plays.
I think it is a little bit inefficient, but at the same time, he makes sure that he does get his natural at his natural, and that's going to help so much just in case StarDuck does go for Glaive Adepts.
It is definitely minimal inefficient, but it's a lot safer than taking a split base.
Yeah, definitely. So MeomaikA does get his base. As a result, he did get a much faster spawning pool and a much faster gas. His things are going across the map, but StarDuck already has his Zealot out.
Yep, and this is the map that you can wall off with a pylon 2 buildings, so much cheaper.
And StarDuck was actually a little bit afraid, like, because of how late that natural was. Like, it kind of like triggered in his mind, like, oh my god, is he going for like a big attack or something? So he actually threw down his second pylon here as well.
Yeah, he threw it down. He was like, oh no, is there a Roach Warren?
Yeah. Which is completely logical, like, to come to that conclusion, because like, oh my god, it's so late. But yeah, it was just late.
It was just late. He was going like 7-head mode on him. It's like It's like poker.
Exactly.
Yeah, he hit him with the bluff. Ooh,
Hit him with
here comes
the...
first adept. Oh.
Oh. Okay, the adept does shade in. Does get, okay, 1, maybe 2 workers.
Nope, he managed to save it.
Oh.
Well, you saved the other one. No, he loses it. So he's going to the main. It doesn't die. He's gonna get one more.
Wow. And honestly, this has already paid for itself. 4 drones.
Dude, an adept costs 150, no?
Yeah. Huh. Not even 100. But look at
100, yeah, it's
it's
100 minerals. Like 25 gas. It's what? Well, that was a good investment.
Yeah, definitely. 4 drones. He gets a scout off, he gets an eye on the gases, make sure there's no early lair or anything too crazy like that. So nicely done by StarDuck. And this time, a little bit more standard, he does open up with a Stargate.
Yep, there's the bitches, the void rays. There they go.
There they go. But he isn't overly committed to them. It isn't like double Stargate, void ray, or anything like that. And he is going for those glaives.
If there's one thing I know about StarDuck from my many months of casting him, probably like a year at least of casting him by this point, it is, after all, that he is incredibly good with glaive adepts. He's so strong on them. Back when the primary meta for ZvP was Zest's glaive adept build into DTs, that was his build. Like, he ran that almost every game in ZvP, and he would slaughter drones.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what I know him for.
Which is why it's so much more important that MeomaikA got his natural on location, right? Like, this would have been even more difficult to defend if he hadn't done so. Right now, MeomaikA, he's trying to get a little bit of scouting information. So far, he hasn't seen anything. And what's important is that StarDuck is very committed to this. This isn't like your typical 4-gate glaive adepts. There are so many more gateways.
He's going 7 gates. He's going 8 gate.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, this is hyper committed.
2011.
Like,
Hello.
I see that he's like getting a 3rd base, but I'm pretty sure this is fake. I'm pretty sure he's just sending it.
He's sending it, dude. Full send. No shot. No capping.
Oh god, yep, there we go. As Glaives does finish up. So the thing with this is, of course, there is no robo, so there's no war prism across the map, but again, there are just so many adepts that he can be morphing in. A little bit supply blocked, which is a little bit unfortunate. The pylons are finishing up.
Yeah, but this is gonna hurt. This is very all in though, because 8 gate, like, that's some 2011 shit.
Yeah, it's a lot of gates. It's a lot of gates. We'll see how good MeomaikA is at splitting up his roaches and defending between all the bases, as it looks like some do shade into the main. A couple more adepts are going to be trying to get into the 3rd.
Yeah, as he goes in on the drone line here. Ooh, not actually macroing there. There's a lot of roaches here. MeomaikA definitely went really ham with morphing in the roaches and the defense. Like, he has way more than he's probably gonna need. And it might cost him a little bit, but yeah, I mean, StarDuck, he's only got another round coming in. He's finally starting pro production back up again.
Yeah, this is disastrous. Now he's starting to warp in more, and I'm pretty sure that the supply block really came into play there. I'm sure StarDuck wanted to go with a lot faster, a lot sooner, but he just couldn't do so. Now we have a 2nd wave, but the 2nd wave is going to be so much weaker. But maybe he could try the queens.
Catch him out. Oh no, they walk past each other. like lovers in the night.
Is that what they do? They walk past each other?
I don't know. There's like some phrase that's like along those lines. I don't actually know it.
It's ships,
there
not lovers.
You go.
What are you on about?
There's like another one to do with it. I definitely am not in the plans to do an English major.
You're like, look, I've never been on a ship, okay? I don't know what the hell they do in the night, right? Like,
Asian people don't go on boats.
Oh god. Wait, I can't swim? You want me to get on a boat?
Well, yeah, like, I don't know. Asian people don't go on boats. We go on ships, sure. Like, we go on like a cruise ship, but I don't go on boats.
Oh god. Meanwhile, we do have a recall across the map, and we'll see if StarDuck can defend. Oh, the Void Rays, they aren't at home. They'd be so good right now if they were.
Yeah.
And, oh god,
he's actually focusing down the queens. He's gonna focus down the queens so that there's nothing here to help against the Void Rays. He's also out of transfuses, and he's not got a lot of warpins though.
Yeah, and it looks like the queens are gonna fall. There are only 2 queens remaining, but how much damage can the roaches do before the void rays clean them up?
Yeah, the Voiders have to clean up the queens first, otherwise they're gonna be a problem. If these adepts can stall, he might be able to defend off the void race, but the roach count here is insane.
Yeah.
Mio's been making only roaches since he started preparing for the all-in. Like, he knew the all-in was coming, so he just only made roaches.
Yeah, exactly. Now the third is going to go down. All the pros went down as well. Meanwhile, StarDuck did kill the third of MeomaikA with his adepts, but again, like, these roaches, they're just gonna do so much more.
Ooh, blocking him with the zealots. But the zealots are not getting like any surface area at all. They're just slowing them down for the void race, but there's so many roaches here.
Oh god, exactly. The roaches, they bust through into the natural, and now everything here is so vulnerable. It's all going to be going down, and MeomaikA is just too much. Like, there's nothing to stop the roaches.
It's like a situation of flying units are great against roaches, but when you only have 2 versus like 20 roaches, that's not gonna help.
Just it's like lovers in the wind.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh god. GG, well played. MeomaikA does take down StarDuck 2-0.
Round 2 goes to Mio.
Exactly.
Maybe we'll see next Demi SEA Weekly if there's a round 3.
Yeah, we need the start of this back and forth rivalry. Especially because again, like game 1, it definitely could have gone StarDuck's way. Like that was a really clutch defense by MeomaikA.
Yeah, sniping that disruptor barely kept him alive, and he had like absolutely nothing at the end and managed to pull it out. But this game, I mean, MeomaikA, in my opinion, over-prepared, but it worked out. Because StarDuck was a lot more committed than I think MeomaikA was expecting.
Definitely. And that's also a very MeomaikA thing to do on a map like Jagannatha, like because there are those speed zones, you can go for, you know, just sending the queens across the map, like welding across through those speed zones. They hit so much faster as well. Same with roaches. So yeah, very map specific there by MeomaikA. And again, a very unfortunate like execution there by StarDuck when it came to that like 8 gate adept attack.
Yeah, exactly. Like MeomaikA's the kind of player who will overspend on like a defense and then just throw the units at the opponent. Like, okay, I made way too many roaches, but now I can kill you.